of things happening are there specifically in IT and in the business. That is the
Oh
hub
yeah,
that is here in
Toronto
Canada.
is the biggest city of Canada. The industries, everything is there, all happening.
So Dushi, Roshan, and Tharmila, are you there? So we will begin.
Yep, let's begin. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, so we were talking about the knowledge area.
We are good.
Yep. So in terms of knowledge areas, obviously we will deep dive in our sections. So I will not go into a lot of it. Just an integration is where you will do the overall coordinations. Scope is about requirements, scheduling is about time, cost is about money. You may have the best project and the ideal project and that you need to do it and everything. But at the end of the day, it's about money, whether you have it or not. Quality, procurement, resources, communication, risk, and stakeholder. We are here because of the stakeholder. Stakeholder needs this job, so we need to respect them a lot. Stakeholders are always correct. Client is always correct. So that is the job role that we have to make sure we have to do, that we will not say no to them, and we have to make sure that the project remains within budget, scope, and schedule. We have talked about the initiation. It's a go no go decision. It is about yes, we got to do it. It is a commitment that you all have done as of yesterday, that yes, we need to do this job. We need to begin it, and then we are now we planned it. So a little bit of planning is already being done. It's a 30 days, 2 hours, topics are defined, syllabus is defined. You know what is going to happen. But again, as I told you, that we are not robots, so we might have an ups and down. 30 days a long-term commitment for a project. Some people will be available or not. I mean, it's a real commitment from Rushan and Dushi to be available here in the nights of their vacation. And Thermila is doing it in a very special time. So this is a real commitments that we have here. So that is what you are going to do. So execution will happen starting from today. So that today is the first execution day, and then we have second, third, fourth, and we will see. So I have the schedule available with me, that how am I going to do it. But the good thing about these 30 days is that you don't have to go to a specific place which is being rented, and then you don't have to go to the specific location. You don't have to drive. So sometimes I request you, can you please give me one more day on Sunday so that we can go to a special topic. So we can request that, okay, can we have 2 days off? Because after 17, 18 days, I see that people start getting tired. So, okay, we can have 2 days off. So this is all monitoring and controlling will happen based on the feedback that is going there. So yes, I have an expectation that the topic will cover in 2 hours, but it may not cover in 2 hours. So that is what monitoring and controlling happens. And then at the end of the day, we are closing. But the beauty of the closing is it's not the closing of this 30 days. And that is what we will look once we will touch the closing. That actual closing means that there is no outstanding. What is the project that you have just enrolled? Can you just add, what is the objective of this project? What this initiative that you have just started from today?
PMP certification.
So it will not end till you have that badge with you. So this is what you need to look at it. It's not a 30 days commitment that you are looking at. It's a commitment towards the certification that is. So closing does not mean that you have closed the project. It means that yes, people start using it. It means that the hotel that you have constructed, it remains good enough for the people who are going to come and use it after 25 years. So we have to deliver the whole project, that is the certification. Uh, Now, if you remember, I told you in the beginning that, I mean, about 2 slides back, that the process is when the process group tells you when are you at the project. But it is again very important. Please, I mean, you have to stamp it in your mind and in your knowledge base that the process groups are not phases of the project. It is not that one process of initiation of contracting is finished, then you will start planning, then you will start execution. No, it is these are not phases, these are processes of the group. Think of a project right now in your mind. You will see that you do before committing you start planning for it. I mean, again, we will go into the project management examples once we go into the topic, but I prefer to have the examples from our lives. So you were not committed day before on it. You did not sign a contract with me. You all had a contract signed yesterday, but you started planning for it, that how you are going to attend it. Do you even have the time for it? What kind of the scheduling you need to do? So that is the planning that is being showed here, that the second you say no, I need to start something, you plan it. You just don't let it happen. You just don't let it happen. So yes, your initiative is started. I need to construct a 5-star hotel. At that very moment, you start thinking, do we have the money? Where the resources will come in? I am in Canada. We only have 4 months of construction. What are the rules of the 5-star hotels? Should we come to the bed and breakfast? Can we make a travelogue type something? So all these plannings will start. Then you need, and by the time that you have a concrete initiation, now yes, you are committed, your plan will already has taken off. And specifically, I mean, none of you are related to the construction, and specific, it usually does not happen in IT projects. Very rarely it happens that you start mobilizing before the contract start. Even in the healthcare, your initiation and your planning is a very, very long process. Most of the time based on MOU. Do you have an understanding what is MOU? MOUs?
It's a memorandum of understanding.
Memorandum of understanding. It is just that you are said that we will do it with you. At that level, you need to start mobilizing the people. You have a project started, client says, yes, you are going to be the resource contractor for our company. Or your boss said, yes, we are committing towards it, but the budget will be allocated into the next board meeting. But you start mobilizing your troops. You start talking with the contractors. You start talking with the buyer that what are the things that we need to. That is where the planning is. And the most important part is this one. What is this line? What is this curve? Sharmila, Roshan, what is this curve?
Sorry, I missed you. I was just left my seat here.
So I was just asking that one of the most important curve is this one. So what is this curve? So this is a monitoring and controlling curve. This is the curve that will make sure that whatever you do on your project, it is of the standard that is expected of you as an organization. When you are in the initiation phase, it is expected of you that you will develop the right quality standards for the project. You will follow the right quality standards. We will make sure that you have the right quality standards, and the client will make sure that you have it. So based on your organization standards, what is required on the project, I am doing the right thing. Are we doing the right thing? And the client says yes or no. So this is your quality control that happens throughout your project. Again, another division, and how did you see it, that monitoring and controlling is covering everything. Your execution and planning is something that is going multiple times. You start the day in the morning and you end the day in the end, at the end of the day in the night. But in the daytime, your plans are like everywhere. You plan something, it happens. If they do, you execute, then you pivot, then you go back. And so all this is monitoring and controlling happens, keep happening, and then you keep on pivoting, you keep on identifying, you keep on looking at the alternatives in terms of execution and planning. The most important thing, in terms of the basis for this PMI's methodology, that is the, till book 6, that of initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing, is a PDCA cycle, is a plan, do, check, and act. It says that you need to plan, you need to identify and analyze the problem, identify the solutions for it. Once you know that what is the problem, what are the solutions, what are the resources that are required, how we are going to do it, then you execute it. That is the do part. That is the solution you are going to do on a small scale, or the delivery that you are going to do. Then you have a check and study, which makes sure that what you plan, is it working? If it is working, then make it permanent. So plan, do, check, and act is a cycle of testing. It's a cycle of questioning your hypothesis. It's a cycle of checking multiple alternatives that you have, so that you can actually, which is a very important differentiation between do and act. Both seems a synonym to each other. Do is covering the area which is about testing of the hypothesis. It is about testing of the alternative solution. It is about making sure that what you are thinking, that it's a 10 years plan or a 5 years plan, you have on a small scale tested it. You are constructing a building, you have tested that small scale prototype. You are building a spacecraft, you have tested it in the laboratory. That is your do part. And then act is making sure that yes, if the results are right, then you actually make it permanent. So take an example of the pandemic solutions that we have right now. All of them are in the do and check and act. Do and check. None is has reached to a level where they are become available to the people or to the masses. So they are checking the hypothesis, they are checking the solutions, they are studying the results, and once they have passed, whatever passed based on the expectations or the benchmarking that is there, it will become part of the act, and it will become reality that everybody will be using it. So you can see PDCA, process group, plan is plan, do is do, execution, check, and act is monitoring and controlling. It starts and it ends. See, the objective of all this introduction is that you should have an idea that from where we are coming. So if something comes out from nowhere, you just cover it in your examination. PMI eligibility is very important. I think all of you are bachelors and you have more than 4 to 5 years of your job experience. It is a leading role that they are looking at. The job, the fee for the examination actually stays at $550. Why? Because $139 is PMI's a membership fee, and the exam is $405. So at the end of the day, the cost of owning the PMP is 555 from the PMI's website, and it's a 7,500 hours or 4,500 hours of execution. It is 36 months. I will share the I would like you to have the PMI's registration today, and I will share the link of the how to fill the form. So please start looking at it, that how we are going to fill the form in next 5 days or as soon as possible, because it's an information that we have to cover and we have to gather for our projects. CAPM eligibility, I will not go into it. Audit is, it's a very important thing. Yesterday I was talking with somebody, called me and he said, Mr. Mudassir, please write a application that will pass the audit. I told them that, what do you think about audit? Audit is not something which has to do with the quality of your application. Your quality of the application will be verified in the first 5 days. Audit is a process which is sampling. It's a 5% for the whole world. And in that 5%, 4% from that 5%, 4% or 80% of the 5% happens in America only. So if you are applying from US and Canada, you have 4 times more chances to be selected in audit for the purpose for doing the sampling. In the last 3 badges, in 16 people, I have not got an audit yet. So one of my student is due for audit based on the stretch of the percentage, which is 5%. Audit is actually it's a very simple process. If you are selected for audit, it's a sampling. You will submit the application. The next second it will be selected for audit, and audit is a 90 days process. So yes, we have to do it very quickly. You will print the forms, you will get the signature, and you will resend it to the PMI. Now in the new audit process, they have actually made it a little simpler. Because in the previous one, we have to identify our managers today, who is going to be the auditor signatures if required. But now it is not required that who is going to do the audit signature. Once the audit is received, then you can actually contact the person who is going to verify your experience, and he will sign, and you will immediately, they will not accept fax and emails. You have to send it by mail. So that is the audit process. It is simple. It has nothing to do with the quality of your application. It has nothing to do with the your luck. It is just a sample that is there. PMI certification, it is now changing on the 2nd of January. The last date is 30th of December. As of now, there are 200 questions. 175 questions are for the counting purpose, 25 are uncounted. Nobody knows that what is the passing percentage, but it is said that it is somewhere 61 to 67%. So if I take a 67%, or let's say 65%, I am talking about 130 write questions from 200. But now there is a catch, which is these 25 questions, which may mean that these are unmarked questions. For these 25 questions, we are a laboratory. Okay, they would like, is it written that it's a psychological? This examination is not the mark one question. Okay, it's a psychometric testing. It is about easy, medium, and hard questions. So if take an example, you can do 90 easy questions and you might fail. You can do 60 hard questions and you might pass. You get my point? So it is not one mark to one thing. It's more of a psychometric testing. And that is why they don't tell you. They tell you above target and below target and or need improvement. So it is 130 out of 200. So let's say in this 130, you are very lucky and all 25 unmarked questions are part of this 130. So you can imagine. So you are looking at what, 155 to 160 questions to be corrected in order to make sure that you are in a safe zone to pass the examination. I'm not actually trying to frighten you from the exam. All I'm saying is that you have to be very well prepared. People have passed. The process is just pass do the right preparation with the right skills so that you can actually pass the exam easily. So it's not an easy exam. It's about ability, experience, and knowledge. It is about making sure that you have all the right combination of these things. Experience is what your job experience is. Knowledge is the PM book that we are going to work. And ability is our soft skills. Is about how we are going to react or take the decisions at the time when the problem is being provided to us. PMP exam is not a test of PM book guide. It's a test of the profession. So we need to focus on the profession. So we'll try to cover things from here and there just to make sure that we don't have any blind side coverage area. But still, no trainer can guarantee you. And that is why the objective is to do a lot of things in terms of making sure. So PMI triangle was introduced in 2015. The objective was that pull the tech project managers from the technical, that they are not focused on scope, cost, time, quality, and risk. They are the leaders within an organization. So leadership is your responsibility, and you cannot be a leader within an organization until you are best, until you have an understanding of your business. So this is where strategic and business comes in. So this triangle was introduced in 2015. Now the exam is moving specifically to this level. So technical, which is process, is 50%. Leadership, which is people, is 42%. Strategic, which is business, is 8%. So they are moving out of the technical, or I would not say they are moving out of the technicalities. They are actually reducing the importance of the technical things, because right now we are more and more dependent on technology for the technical things. How many of you do the project task on papers or an Excel sheet? It's a software. You just go and deliver it. Do you really need to do the scheduling? It is done automatically. You go online, find the template, it is ready. You don't need to do the work breakdown structure. It is already available. So technology is eaten or encroaching in the project management task very fast, and they are taking it away. So that is why the leadership and the strategic business understanding is very, very important to make sure that you remain ahead at the top management. And that is what PMI triangle and the new exam and the new book is going to do, is to put you back into the leadership of the organization. I will not go into the CCR program. We will talk about the CCR program very soon as you pass the certification. Two very important documents that you need to go through is a PMP handbook. Uh, it's a very thin document. You don't need to worry about it a lot, but it will just give you what we have just covered: fees, collection, examination, testing centers, what is the exam day, what is the psychometric analysis. Uh, uh, on my website, PMP Facts also cover the exam day challenges, how you are going to make sure that you have the right information. Now, very important thing is you can be, the exam can be done from the comforts of the home. And unfortunately now, because I was always against of that, having that from the home. And now I know 3 people. I know about one of them that she cannot. She was part of one of the group of PMI Facebook group, and she has been very active. She's in the US, and she's been answering the questions, but PMI has said to her that we found that you have used the support, and that is why your project management certification has been denied, and it has been taken back, and they are now doing a 30 days review of all what is happening. And I know 2 more people, and I don't know about them because they are just in the group, and they are not very active, but their certification have been taken away within 5 days, because I am sure you all have seen that there is everywhere it is said, give some money and take the certification, give some money and take the certification, and that is happening as a business. So here we will try to learn about the project management. Here we will try to learn about the process so that we don't miss it. We don't need to use the proxy or unnecessary support or cheating. This is another very important document, although we will cover it in the part of the process group, is the project management content online. This is an exam. So this is a syllabus of yours that you need to do the initiation. That is an 8%, which means 16 questions. You need to do the planning. Once you are in the planning, what are your jobs? What is expected of you when you are doing the planning? Why are you even doing the planning? What is an output that is part of the planning? Then you have an execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing. These are the PDF documents. I will send you the links. Just skim through it. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to look at it in terms of memorizing anything. Just skimming through it will make sure that you have the overview that what we are going to do, and it will also make you whatever we are going to study for the next 29 days, you will have a benchmark or a map that is going to match it. Examination happens on the basis of initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and controlling and closing. But that is not a right statement that exam happens on initiation. Exam has a question. It has nothing to do with initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing, or it has it has nothing to do with knowledge area or the process group. It's a question for you. So you don't care whether it's an initiation or it's a scoping. It's a question for you that you have to answer. What they have done is just how they compile the result is based on the process groups. So if somebody comes to me and he says that I am weak, I have failed the monitoring and controlling, then I usually suggest that you have failed the risk, quality, procurement. That is the areas where you have a bigger process in monitoring and controlling. If somebody comes to me and says that I have failed in planning, I say you need to go through the scope, cost, schedule, because most of the processes for these areas are in the planning. Not again, all the knowledge areas have processes in the scope, in the planning and monitoring. But if you see the 24 processes of monitoring, bigger set is initiation, planning, initiation, scoping, costing, scheduling. It covers 14 or 16 out of it. which means if you are strong in it, you will able to answer the remaining. So you don't need to worry about it that the exam is on initiation, on the process group, or exam is on the knowledge area. Exam is exam and it's on the question. You need to answer the question, and the question does not say that you are in the process group. The questions give you a scenario. Okay. So what we are coming in January 2021, as I already told you, 42% people, 50% processes, and for 8% business. It is going to be agile, hybrid, and predictive approach. We have already talked about it in the seminar, so I will not go into the detail of it. This is one of the cycle. I mean, philosophy is always good. I mean, when some coach talks about the philosophy, it seems, trendy. So I follow that trend, and I will give you this one model, which is Be Do Have model. It is by one of the very famous marketing guru, who is Alex Mandossian. He says to have anything, you need to do certain things, which means to have the PMP certification, you need to follow the guidelines for the next 30 days and beyond. But before you do it, you need to do certain things, which is adopt the mindset. I will not take the name because I don't know. If somebody asks me that I will fail, what will then? I mean, why would you fail? Why are you even into that mindset that it will fail? Yes, you need a plan B. You need to have to know what are your options if something goes wrong. But to start a conversation, that if I plan, or you take a conversation to the risk mitigation into the first 5 minutes, it means you don't have the right mindset. I mean, why would you fail? You have to make sure that you don't get to that level. And the one of the very important thing to make sure is that you are here, and then you have to do some other stuff to make sure that you don't fail. So you have to have a right mindset that yes, we are going to pass it, and we are going to pass it within 50 days from now. I'm saying 50 days because it is going to take 40 days for me to cover it, the 30 days, 5 days a week. And then we have 10-15 days for yourself, because you need to go through 3,000 questions of the simulator. I mean, actually, I'm looking at some better simulators. So there is one which is Prepcast. I need to look into it if that fits and it has the good, because I receive a very good reviews on the Prepcast. The one that I use is for the test run. It has 1,600 questions as part of it, and there is a one which is called a Project Management House that is being developed. So I'm looking at some new simulators which are having better reviews to make sure that we have better quality questions. In the session, we will do some 500 odd questions, but these are from the free resources. The objective of these 500 questions is to train your mind how to read the question. It is 200 of PMI questions. It is 200 of simply learn questions. It is 100 for some other one. So the objective is to cover the 360 degrees, everything, and then you go on your own, starting the cycling, and whenever there is a check you need, I am available. So this is the end for today's session. So we are already into the last 10 minutes. Tell me if you have any question or anything that you would like to know.
Will you be sharing these slides Sorry, I missed the first introduction.
Yes, I will share the Dropbox from where you can download all the slides.
Okay.
So the slides will be available. The video will be available in some, I think, do I have the Gmail account of all of you, because it will be uploaded on YouTube. If you can drop me your Gmail accounts, so you can have a direct access to your YouTubes.
You said you would be providing 3,000 questionnaires,
Questions. Yeah.
and we will be practicing 500 out of that.
500 that we will be doing is not from these 3,000s. These 3,000 is from the simulator. So I don't review the simulator with you because you need to practice. But every question that you do in the simulator, you can post it on the group that I need to know the answer of it, why this answer I'm giving it wrong. But this is for your preparation. 500 questions are mostly from the free resources, but these are quality oriented resources. So we'll make sure that we cover enough material that you can do yourself for the remaining 3,000.
All right, so we can appear anytime before December. So it's not hard and fast that in next 40, 45 days.
No, you can appear anytime before 30th of December.
It's 4 hours and 200 questions.
4 hours, 200 questions. First break is after 80 questions, which is 2 hours, 10 minutes break. And we will bring 2 people who will be guiding you on that part, how to break it. So yes, I mean, ideally, now that makes to a second question that yes, you should not be going for the exam on the 25th of December. You should be making it by the end of October or mid of November, if in the worst case, so that if something goes wrong, you have another 40 days for yourself to review.
Yeah, because everybody is a working person, so they have to balance the study.
That is why 2 hours is good enough. I mean, you have seen what we have covered today in terms of 2 hours. So that is, we will go step by step, slow process. And so hopefully you will able to retain all these things. But you have to spend some time on your own to review the course material and these things.
So you will be taking 2 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and you leave Thursday, Saturday and Sunday for us to go over it and be ready
Ideally.
with it, yeah?
Ideally. Anyone of you has Rita